Hey, may as well have the horns because it's time to bring the bands in. Yeah, the bands, as in college football. It's college football season, very close, coming around the corner here. About 2-3 weeks away from the start of college football season, so why not? The Chill Sports blog will break down top 10 teams for the 2010-11 season here. Let's get right into it. Start with number 10. Today we'll do 10 through 6, and we'll be back later this week for 5 through 1. Started off right now number 10, the Wisconsin Badgers, out of the Big Ten Conference. 10-3 last year, 18 returning starters. That's more than Ohio State and Iowa in the Big Ten Conference. So that obviously helps. The offensive line is strong, 4 or 5 starters back, including running back John Clay, easily a 1,500 yard running back this season. Monte Ball and Zach Brown, 2 very other feasible backups, could start just about anywhere else in the Big Ten. The offense is going to chew up the clock and run it down teams' throats. That's going to frustrate a lot of teams. Flip it over, defensive side of the ball for Wisconsin. O'Brien Schofield, the DN, gone. The D-line is going to be a problem. Stopping the run is going to be a problem. Also, for Wisconsin, Brett Bielema, their ball club, always seems to be intangibles is the problem, and I think that's going to be an issue here, as it seems like the kicking game struggles at times. It's shaky. Field position. Games to Iowa last year was a big one. Had the upset there, couldn't pull it off. Ohio State, it's the field position that you have to win on. But I predict Wisconsin go 10-2 is a good prediction for them. 3rd in the Big Ten Conference, but they have the capabilities of upsetting and putting pressure on Ohio State and Iowa for the title. Number 9 is Va-Tech, the Virginia Tech Hokies. 10-3 last year, 13 starters return. Tyrod Taylor leads an explosive, capable, high-octane offense. Ryan Williams at the running back spot, and Darren Evans back from injury as well. That's 3 good runners in the backfield there, 3 of them who can run the ball on any time. Taylor, a good mobile quarterback. But Taylor also, he could throw the ball, and he's going to have to at times this year because teams will hone in on that running game. Defense is a general worry this year for Va-Tech, and that's the biggest knock on them, is going to be their defense. They lost 8 of their top 13 tacklers from last season. Both defensive ends are gone. Putting pressure on the quarterback is going to be a problem, and the schedule is brutal. Boise State, who you'll see later in our rankings, they get Virginia Tech and Boise State in the opener this year, and then at the end of the year, trips to North Carolina and to Miami for Virginia Tech. Spells trouble there at the end. I'm going to go ahead and call Virginia Tech 9-3 and 2nd in the ACC Coastal Division. You say 2nd, who finishes 1st? It's all about the U, the Miami Hurricanes. 9-4 last year, 13 starters back as well. The offense relies on Ja'Cory Harris, quarterback, and his effectiveness. He threw for over 3,000 yards last year. That's only the 7th time in school history. You think of how many great quarterbacks the University of Miami has had. Only 7 of them thrown for 3,000 yards. Ja'Cory Harris, he can definitely do this once again. He had a 60% completion rating, was close to it last year. That needs to be his mark this year. If he can do that, the offense can really carry, because the running game, what they thought was going to be there, Greg Cooper, as you know, tore his ACL in the Champ Sports Bowl at the end of last year. Very doubtful to play at all this year. So it's going to go on Damian Barry, the running back, to lead the core of running backs. This is a pass-first team now. Leonard Hankerson, Travis Benjamin, 2 of the best playmakers in the ACC at the receiver spot. Ultimate concerns the offensive line, though, and defense, as it's Miami defense as usual. Randy Sanders, the coach, has brought the swagger back to the U. I really look for them to have a great year, and support down there in Coral Gables is amazing, really, at the U. So I really look for them to have a really great year. I say 10-2 for the Hurricanes and ACC Coastal champs. Number 8, the Oklahoma Sooners, 8-5 record last year. 13 returning starters, 3 of their top 4 picks last year in the NFL draft. The top 4 picks in the NFL draft, 3 of them were Sooners, most notably defensive tackle Gerald McCoy. Talent lost there is great, but the talent coming back is just remarkable. Landry Jones at quarterback, really matured, going into the top tier of quarterbacks, and as you know, in the Big 12 Conference, quarterback play is always a top key of speaking notes. DeMarco Murray, when he's healthy, which he obviously is to start the year, one of the better running backs in the country. Look for him to have a great year. And Ryan Boyles, the receiver, a big playmaker as well. Defense will slide a bit, losing McCoy, but I really see them still have the best defense in the Big 12. They will get a test early in the non-conference, playing Florida State and Cincy, and then of course the Red River Shootout against Texas will determine who's going to go on for the Big 12 South. Oklahoma, I think 10-2, second in the Big 12 South, pretty accurate prediction. And the number 6 team, I got to go with them, my Iowa Hawkeyes. 11-2 last year, 16 returning starters, my hometown team. Iowa was picked to be ESPN and Sports Illustrated's top teams to surprise in the national title game. Iowa, I think, is that team to surprise. 16 starters returning. And they also a note here, they get 2008 Big Ten Freshman of the Year back, Jewel Hampton, who missed all last year with injury. A lot of people don't know that, factor it in. Iowa has a three-headed monster at running back with Adam Robinson, Brandon Weger, and now Jewel Hampton. But the offense is going to rely on the effectiveness of quarterback Ricky Stanzi. The kid just wins, as he's known around Iowa City. 18-4 as a starter. When he is on, he is the best passer in the Big Ten. The most prolific deep ball. He's got the best deep ball. The best pure passer in the league. When he is off, it is a Jekyll and Hyde. It is really ugly when he is off. Last year in the Indiana game, threw 5 interceptions. They came back and won because of him. The receiving core stacked. Defensively, the defensive line, I will say, is the best in the country. Adrian Claiborne, Carl Klug, Christian Ballard, and Broderick Benz. Yes, I know him by heart. Adrian Claiborne already drawing comparisons to Ndamukong Suh from Nebraska a year ago. A number 1 pick. The defense is going to be great. A ball hawking defense. They've led the country in interceptions over the last 2 years. Takeaways is a plus for this team always. And the big thing for Iowa this year is their schedule. Last year, after a brutal road schedule, this year, Wisconsin, Penn State, and Ohio State all come to Iowa City. And that Ohio State game on November 20th is going to be the deal breaker. I see 2 undefeated teams coming in there into that game. And really a Rose Bowl or maybe even a national title berth is on the line. Tough one at Arizona at the start of the season, though, for Iowa. They got to travel out west late night. See how they go into that. I will say 11-1 for my Hawkeyes, a very good prediction. Rose Bowl possibly, maybe sneak into the national title picture. Big Ten champs possibly. All depends on what goes down. But that is the 10-6 predictions for the my college football predictions this year. 5-1 will be tomorrow afternoon. Be sure to check in on that. And thanks for watching the Chill Sports Vlog. Until next time, you and yours, have a good one.